Hello. This game is called Clone Drone in the Hyperdome. It is made by the same developers of Clone Drone in the Danger Zone, which is like super highly loved. But this game, it's basically that, but in VR. Before we start the review, all the video you're gonna see is from when I first started playing the game, because I started getting really bad lag whenever I use Steam VR, and Steam VR is my way to show good gameplay because it's like all zoomed out and you can see lots of the screen. So yeah, I did complete the game, but you will only see the starting of the game, so I'm sorry about that. This time for this review, I'm gonna do positives and negatives. I'm gonna see how it goes compared to when I just rant about things, and yeah, we'll see. So positives: the bow in the game was a lot of fun when I used it. It's pretty unique too, because so your left hand you hold, of course, you hold and aim. Your right hand you pull the arrow, but depending on where your hand is angled, that's where the direction of the arrow will go. Hope that makes sense. I hope I had a video for that. Second is you can lose your hand just like in the regular game. So your body gets ruined just as much as the enemy's body would get ruined. And it's really fun to see that your hand gets cut off and you just can't use it anymore, so you have to use your other hand. And you can't really use two-handed weapons anymore due to that. And it really adds more variety. Third is combat feels way better than Blade and Sorcery in terms of not being able to point and stab like you can do in Blade and Sorcery, because the enemy could kill you if you point and stab. There's a strategy you can do though that can ruin that, but I'll get to that. But yeah, it feels more like I'm in combat, because the blocking feels great and the cutting feels satisfying. Cutting anything in the game actually is pretty satisfying. And it's fun to just manipulate objects and cut an enemy's arm off to see how he functions after that. It feels sandboxy that way, I guess. I mean, voxel games should be that way. If they aren't, then what are they doing? And my last positive, I'm sorry, there's not much positives. Armor abilities can be combined. So what armor abilities are is after you kill a boss, you get their ability. Their abilities are different from each other, and it's really fun to mix and match those abilities. So for example, you could have a character that has necromancy, my favorite ability in the game, where you raise the dead, but if you kill another boss, you can upgrade that necromancy ability. If you kill the fire boss, you can upgrade that necromancy ability to have every zombie able to use fire. And yeah, there's just a lot of options with the arm abilities. Now, negatives. When I first opened the game, it honestly had that same feeling most VR games have. And it's that the scaling feels bigger than it should. It feels like I'm too small for the world. If that makes sense, if you've ever played a VR game. It's just that VR feel that I don't like. Also, I had a horrible first experience. It felt way too easy. The blue guys, the easiest characters, expose themselves way too easily, and it takes them forever to even attack. But yeah, the enemies do get harder later on, but I did not know on my first playthrough. I also dislike the voice acting throughout the whole game, and I didn't feel that there was any progression. It's you're progressing through the story in a roguelike, and the only thing you really unlock in the game is more enemies to fight. And yeah, as someone who never cares about story in video games, I really only played it for the combat. And yeah, the combat's fun. And the animations are animated by real people using VR, but those animations, I see lots of the same combat animation throughout the game, because each enemy only has around 2 to 4 attack animations that I've seen that they've done differently. And from blue to red enemies, so there's I think 4 difficulties. There's light blue, blue, red, then purple. And the first 3 have very predictable attack animations because they hit slowly. Then purple is just completely a whole new level that just really throws you off. And I'd rather have a consistent difficulty than oh, it's super easy. Now it's very hard. I'd rather only have purple enemies or have the first 3 difficulty enemies if I'm gonna have a consistent difficulty. Holding a button and moving my arms to go faster is pretty annoying. I'd rather have one or the other, because I'm doing two things at once just to move faster. And yeah, about the running faster. A really dumb strategy that can make the game insanely easy is by doing that run and just like running at the enemy and stabbing them. Even if it's a purple enemy, you can still kill them before they even start their attack animation if you're just fast enough. But I only did that at the end. But yeah, just don't do that strategy if you're gonna play. It's gonna ruin your fun. It's gonna be way too easy. Just don't even push the rushing button, the running button. Just teleport. That's why I did. And since I finished this game, I realized there's only one game mode. Even though after each run, at the end, you can see that you can unlock the gauntlet. But I was thinking that was a new game mode, but it's just like the end of the story. And I felt betrayed because I'm like, ooh, there's a gauntlet game mode. This means like you're always fighting people without doing roguelike stuff. That's what I was thinking. But it was just the end of the game. And yeah, since after I finished it, it didn't feel like it had replayability besides the hand abilities and blocking and attacking. But the combat could get pretty boring pretty fast because, again, the AI having barely any attack animations, making them predictable. But yeah, this game does have a very high review score, so I'm probably just like one of the few that don't like it too much. I did finish the game. It was a lot of fun while I was playing it, but once I was finished, I didn't feel like playing it ever again. So if you really are looking for a VR game to waste all your time on, or to like exercise a lot or whatever, I don't think this is the game. If it's a game you want to experience for 4 hours, because I played it for 4 hours, yeah, go ahead. So yeah, I don't recommend the game, and I do recommend the game. It just really depends on how you feel. And yeah, I would call myself a VR critic, honestly. I'm very critical towards VR games. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like there's ever been a VR game that's ever shown the full potential of VR. My biggest highlights have been H3 VR, Beat Saber, and maybe Blade and Sorcery, but they really haven't felt like they use everything a VR game should have. I could go on a whole round on this, but I don't want. This is a review. This isn't about me ranting about VR. But yeah, should you get the game? Depends on you out of 10. I really don't like the reviewers that rate games or are like, you have to play this game or you should not play this game. I like the reviewers. They're like, if you like this aspect in a game, get it. If you don't like this aspect of a game, don't get it. I want to be that type of reviewer. Anyways, that's the video. I ranted a lot at the end there, but I hope things were clear and concise. I don't want to sound like I'm ranting about nonsense. Anyways, my next video is going to be a rage game playthrough of a game. I still don't know if I'm going to complete it or not, but we'll see when I upload it. I'll see you guys another day.